Hello students, today's video is based on microeconomics and I'm going to teach you today monopolistic competition and oligopoly in a just manner. So we are working on the market mechanism. In the previous session, I have done the basic formation like perfectly competitive market, monopoly. So an assimilative sector we will be working now. So the first thing as what matters, what is this thing is actually all about. Okay. So monopolistically competing market, what is up? First is N is very high, large number of buyer and large number of seller. Okay. But the products are not identical. This is very important that non-identical products are there. Okay. But large number of buyers and sellers will be there. So as a result of that, it is competitive but product differentiation. So as a result of that, it's an assimilation of monopoly and it's a competitive market as well. Okay. Where other types of imperfectly, it's an imperfect competition because not infinite number of buyers and seller, not someone have a little bit of power on the society, so that's why. Next is oligopolistic markets are remembered as small number of firms to dominate are there, and we can say that commercial aircraft like Boeing and Airbus, Coca-Cola and Pepsi as well. So these are big but not that big enough, but yet they are competitive. We can say Colgate and Pepsodent as well into this zone. Okay, next. Now we come to monopolistic competition. What is this monopolistic competition is all about? Monopolistic competition is what economists call is that many firms, first of all, and differentiated product. So this is the characteristic of monopoly. This is the characteristic of the upper one is the characteristic of perfect competition. So here the clothing stores, restaurant, grocery stores, so their quality of the product is same. In some cases the pattern of the product is also same, but still they're different. Okay. Next is remember that when products are distinctive, each farm has mini monopoly. Okay. So preference of consumers are like this. For example, you want to do a haircut, but to a specific barber and barber shop and to a specific person. So here also he is enjoying a little bit of monopoly, although everyone can do that. And monopolistic competition captures the mini monopoly, and remember that, and a tough competition as well. Okay. Next is what is this differentiated products is all about. So physical characteristics we can think about. For example, this locational differences, intangibility aspects, and uh, perceptions of the product. So perception is what you think about a product, what a consumer believes, because on that belief he is going to buy it. So his entire buying pattern is dependent on this thing. Okay. So this is very, very important over here. Let me make it a little bit thicker. Yeah. So every time he buys, he or she gathers more information. So that's why the concept of replacement also comes in. So product differentiation and product replacement. So variety of style, flavor, location, this kind of stuff is common with any economic decision. Now the perceived demand curve for this. What is this perceived demand curve? So for example, we can see that a perfect competitor have this thing, there is no price change, no P is fixed. Here there is a price change, monopolistic competition. In monopoly, entirely price is in their hands, so they can change according to any quantity. But here they have the power, but more than, so this power is, if it is 10, if this power is 0, if this power is 10, this power is 50. So power of a monopolist, perfectly a monopolistic competition is less than monopolist and greater than perfectly competitive market. This is the power ranging structure. So that's why this is the flattest line, and here we have a steeper line. Okay. So this is all about this part. Next is, now what is profit maximization under this thing? Okay, so the profit maximization is very important. For example, here we can see the diagram. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. So monopolistic here, it's a downward sloping. So the demand curve, we can see a downward sloping curve. Marginal cost is upward sloping. Marginal revenue is just like this. So in monopoly, this is the slope, and this is twice as the slope. And here is almost the scenario, but not twice. So here a little power, but not extreme. Okay. So this is very important. Next part. Now if we have to calculate the different profits, now profit calculation plays a very crucial role. So here the same process of the perfect competition, here we will be calculating, and remember that here let me just make it a little bit bigger. Here, so as you can see, the total profit is this part, total cost is this. So this is designed by the curve. I have taken, these are the two arbitrary points. Marginal cost is upward sloping, average cost is a normal shape like this one. Okay, U-shaped. And now here is the intersection point. If we just keep on extending these two, so they may meet somewhere here. Okay, so now if we see that yeah, this ruler is handy. Okay, let me just take the help of this ruler. So here we can see this is not so high profit. The profit is relatively less than the profit in the monopoly. Here they are having a relatively better position. Now in the next part, the entry deterrence thing. So remember that monopolistic competitors may earn profit in the short run, but doesn't mean that they will be able to keep them. So profit in LR is very low or maybe zero. So entry of the firms in the same market shifts the demand curve faced by the monopolistically. So let me just show you a little bit bigger way. As you can see that profit here in the first case incurred in the industry shifted by zero profit, and loss incurred in exit and shifted to zero profit. Okay, so here the only change is this curve is a little bit higher. Okay, so rest of the steps, so AC curve is doing the trick. So just by changing, so trick of the diagram is changing the position of AC curve, just putting it a little bit higher position will actually make it loss induced exist, and this is profit induced entry. So if AC is lower, so as you see rest of the stuff is there is no change. AC is lower, new entry. If AC is higher, exit. Okay, very simple. Next is that we have explained that monopolistic can economic profit or loss in the short run, but in the long run entry or exit will derive by the firm's zero economic profit outcome and also the position of the average cost situation. So that will be decided, and zero economic profit outcome will be the competitors look into the different formational structure. Okay, so whether there will be profit or not, that will be deciding. Even in zero profit they may enter. Okay, now remember that as AC is very low, average costing is very low, so cost minimization is the target. So we can't expect a very good quality of product over there. So the end result of entry and exit of the farms are always keeping in track, and sometimes it is creating a messy situation as well. Okay, and the outcome reason of Y perfectly shows the production efficiency as well. So not that efficient with respect to monopolistic structure, okay, and not with respect to high level of productivity, not productivity enhancing as well. So you can't expect to be working at a very low profit and they are giving the best of their stuff. We can't expect. But product differentiation means people have more choices, and consumer elasticity will increase. And there will be in many cases where we get to see technological upliftment, and efficiency of labor also will increase. Keywords only. Okay, so this is very very important. So how does advertising impact monopolistic competition? You see that in monopolies can give an advertisement that is called a selling cost. So selling cost will increase, and there are in this way, so we can say that how advertisement work, we can see it in that way. So advertising causes perceived demand curve to become steeper, and advertising causes perceived demand curve to shift right. So steeper in this way, this is the line and this is becoming steep like this, or to the right. In both way we can see that there is an enhancement, so better way of doing it. Okay, so advertisement actually boost up the sales as well, and little bit of more elasticity for seller. Okay, now we get to the welfare part. This welfare is also very crucial. It happens that the expenditure of an advertisement made by the competitive firm of the monopolistic structures, here in this case will supply the neutralization factor. So what is this economics of welfare? So if someone is selling high, so in that case it is possible for them to structurize the economy, and they can get the higher elasticity, and as their sales figures are high, so their profits are high, so they can invest that extra money into earning some more. Okay, so this is the case. Now sometimes we get to see that why oligopolists exist. So remember that when first we have to know why oligopoly arises. So oligopoly arises when a small number of large firms are into the most of the sales are getting, and a combination of barriers of that entry and create the monopolies. Okay, so barrier of entry is also there, but not like a open barrier. It's like a faint barrier that you have to invest a lot of money and then you come in. So like that. So they are not saying it directly, but an indirect saying on this. Okay, so this is all about monopolistic competition.